share this program of music by women composers. And our first selection is by American composer Judith Lang Zaymont. She is retired professor of composition from the University of Minnesota School of Music. She's won a lot of awards for her compositions, National Endowment Grant, American Prize in Chamber Music Composition, Aaron Copland Award. She's written over 100 works. She's a pianist, and her music has been performed by Philadelphia Orchestra, Baltimore Symphony, Berlin, lots of major orchestras here and abroad. At age 10, she won third prize in the International Piano Teachers Association contest. And the following year, at age 11, she was flown to California to perform as a soloist on the Lawrence Welk Show. At age 13, she was given a scholarship to study at Juilliard Prep. So she's really quite an accomplished pianist and composer. She is the creator and editor-in-chief of the critically acclaimed The Musical Woman book series. We hope you enjoy this two-movement work by Zaymont. It's one of our favorites. The first movement is, it's interesting that she won the Aaron Copland Award because her music, and especially the first movement of the piece we're about to play, it reminds us of Aaron Copland's style. Very, very American, very soothing, very listenable. I think you'll really enjoy it. The second movement is very rhythmic, and it drives, the rhythm drives the piece all the way to the end. And if you'll watch us, there's no downtime in it. We are playing the whole time and rather vivaciously. So enjoy this selection called From the Folk by Judith Lang Zaymont.
you all for being here today. Hi, my name is Amber, and I am the bassoonist of the group, as well as the composer of the next piece that you're about to hear. These four directions came about for a multitude of reasons. I've been wanting to write for our group for a little bit of time, and then the pandemic came along. I mean, it had been like years I was thinking about writing this piece, and just kind of going, yeah, I'll get to it, I'll get to it. Well, finally, everything shut down, and a lot of us had nothing to do for 9 months. I mean, we were at home. There was no, you might remember, there were no concerts, no performances, no rehearsals. Our income dropped away, we were left terrified, and our lives changed forever. And out of that change, it was a period of great loss for me. I struggled greatly with my health. I had long COVID. I had a hysterectomy. I almost died. And when I came back and finally could walk again and not drop things, I started writing more. I was seriously, not sure if I could ever play the bassoon again at that point, but I could write. And this piece has its roots in that time. It's loosely based on the concept of the Native American medicine wheel, but we started in the east, the direction of beginnings, the direction where the sun rises. And today, with our sunrise in the east, we have the land by itself. No people, no observers, just nature doing its thing. Birds chirp, they launch themselves off of cliffs, and the sun rises, and the heartbeat of the land, of the planet, underpins the movement. Then we turn to the south, the direction of healing, and physicality. And the south is a joyous direction for me. I spent 600 miles of my life on the Appalachian Trail at one point. And if you've ever been up to Roan Mountain and been to the Balls, then you know what I'm talking about. The south in this piece is Southern Summer, the joy of the Roan Mountain Balls. And it's 10 miles of easy trail, the trees fall away, and it's grasshoppers and butterflies. And then we turn to the west, which in more than one native tradition is the direction of loss, of hidden messages, of the moon, of the night, water. For me, the loss was personified in the loss of a very good friend who left us mysteriously one night on tour with his reed trio in Thailand. He just went to sleep and didn't wake up. He was 45. I miss him every day. Maybe you've lost someone too, very near and dear to your heart. So in that moment, take your place among the western stars. I invite you to stand with me and hold my hand. We can watch the stars come out together and remember our loved ones that have gone on. And then we turn to the north, the direction of the ancestors, the direction of wisdom. I hope I'm getting wiser as I'm getting older, but I'm not quite sure if that's actually happening.
You are.
Try. All any of us can do. And it's called North Carolina Called Me Home. I am not a North Carolina native, but when I was 15, I came to the North Carolina School of the Arts to study this instrument with my teacher, Mark Popkin. And he was a fantastic musician and a wonderful individual. You're nodding. You know Mark? You knew Elsie?
This is,
Every day.
yeah,
This is his bassoon.
yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
He's beaming down on us now. So North Carolina very much called me home. I was in grad school in California, missing Mark and Elsie and missing Winston-Salem and the trees. And if you've ever been out west to the desert and you see a sign that says, like, Los Angeles National Forest, what? There are no trees here. What is going on? It's so different. It took me a long time to see the beauty of California. But I also recognized that any of the success I had while I was out there didn't mean anything to me if I wasn't where it was loved. So I came back home, not knowing if I'd play the bassoon again then at that point either. I just packed it all in and left, and came back to Winston-Salem, and that was in 2007. So it wasn't an easy decision for me, and you're going to hear that in the music. There was a bit of conflict, and I had to think long and hard about what to do. And should I come home? Should I stay? But I'm happy to tell you it all worked out. I am exactly where I'm meant to be, playing with these lovely ladies, and we're having a glorious time. So we hope you enjoy the piece, These Four Directions. And I might add, it is now an award-winning composition. It's been selected twice for a couple of different awards at different festivals, and I'm very happy to play it with you all, and we love it. We hope you will too.
My name is Anna Lampidis. I'm oboist with the Elektra Winds. We are so thrilled that you have all come here this afternoon in such rainy weather to enjoy this chamber music with us. On the second half, we're going to start with a piece titled Motion by oboist Alyssa Morris. She wrote Motion in 2011. She's a graduate of Brigham Young University and the Cincinnati Conservatory of Music, and she is currently the professor of oboe at Kansas State. So I'll read a few notes to you about what she wrote about her composition. Motion is written to celebrate some of the wonderful things we as human beings can do. We can move, we can run, we can jump, climb, and dance. There are limitless ways we can move to express ourselves. And this piece is broken up into 4 different movements. The first movement is titled Bike Ride. It depicts the simplicity of a bike ride on a beautiful day. The wheels move steadily and the wind rushing by. The second movement, Stretch, is very slow and lyrical and has a lot of stretches in the melody. The third movement, titled Tiptoe, has an accompaniment that's very quiet and light, and the melody is the whispered conversation, the tiptoe. And the last movement is titled Strut. It's infused with a bit of funk. The bassoon depicts an electric bass, while the flute, oboe, and clarinet play the role of the big band. Strut is cool and a laid-back piece with a little bit of swagger. So we hope you enjoy Motion by Alyssa Morris.
Thank you so much. I'll try to talk a long time so our brains can kind of get defried from all of that rhythm we just played. Again, thank you so much to the Blowing Rock Art and History Museum for hosting us. It's always a pleasure coming through Blowing Rock, but also to be in this beautiful space. It's been a great treat for us. I mean, my goodness, we're playing in front of Andy Warhol. Our last piece, you might notice, is for a program about women composers, is listed as a man. Anybody have an idea of why? Why on earth would we include the name of a man on here? This is the pen name. It's actually a woman, and her name was Marie-Louise Simon. And, she was born in the early 1900s at a time where if you were a woman writing music, it wasn't really easy for you. And honestly, through the entire 20th century, probably not until recently is it in a place where women are taken more seriously as composers and included in higher education as composers as well. But she was a very prolific French composer. Of course, if she was in France, she had to study at the Paris Conservatory. She won her first prize in composition in 1932. But she had a very interesting career. She actually was a producer and was in the sound effect department for the French Broadcasting Service until 1947. So you can imagine what was going through the French Broadcasting Service in the 1940s. She probably had a very big job on her hands. But this is a wonderful quartet. She wrote wonderful music, especially for woodwinds, just beautiful, colorful music, and we hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for coming to spend your afternoon with us. Thank you.